To the light, the room to the left with the lights on, that's the one we're in. Not the two. There's two on top of each other, then there's one by itself. This must be reception here. Must be a lifeguard station. Yeah. Alright. Oh, they have volleyball there. Basketball, slides. Huh. Okay. Alright. Ocean Sonic Resort. That's the name of it. It's the main drag, because I remember turning in there last night from the airport. Breakfast is open. Oh. It was literally dark 5 minutes ago. I went into the restaurant and I said, hey, where can I get a cup of coffee? In Chinese, of course. They don't speak English. And they didn't know. So the guy said, follow me. And I walked in and he gave me a cup of coffee. And I walked out. Now, if it's this crowded at 7 in the morning, how crowded is it going to be? This is the thing in China that somebody was telling me. The guy I sat next to on the plane, he said to me, he goes, this was his first time in America, and he goes, you know, a lot of Chinese are coming, and one of the things he said is overpopulation in China, which leads to, you know, the problems that they have with pollution in water, air, food, the cost of everything going through the roof, relatively speaking. I mean, you go to parts of China and it's even more expensive than the United States. So Sanya is a city. Now, this could be wrong because I'm going off of purely memory. Sanya is at the tip of Hainan Island, which is down close to Vietnam and southwestern China. Hainan Island is where, when Bush became president, I think within the first month there was that incident with the spy plane, or a surveillance plane I should say, that some Chinese fighters were scrambled from around here and one of them bumped the plane and crashed and the pilot died, and the U.S. plane was forced to land, and they were kept here for, I want to say, a month. And I don't know if what eventually got them released, but I remember there was a lot of tension back then, and the Chinese ended up taking the whole plane apart, leaving it, you know, in pieces. Okay, so I'm coming up to the first, well, the bend, I guess the only bend. That's the point out there. I'm not sure I'm going to make it because the walk-in's about 8:15, so I don't think I want to turn this into an all-day walk. So I think I'll turn around at that white building there. So people are doing their Tai Chi here. Badminton. Jazzercise over there. See all the older women come out and dance. Which is pretty good. Keeps them fit. And how could you not come out here and do something? It's so gorgeous. Like a fan dance over there. What's up, Panda Boy? Hey, how? Well, I reached the Sheraton, 4 points by Sheraton. A little guy, or girl. Oh, no thank you. Well, you know I'm where the foreigners go, I guess, because they're all out trying to sell knickknacks. I'm actually going to go up with the Western Hotel. There's probably a good chance of getting a coffee, I suspect. See, I was going to try to walk over there. But that's, boy, it's probably another hour. It's deceiving, I think. Whereas it's probably farther than it looks. Maybe not. Let's see, that looks like it's about, maybe about 2 miles. Yeah, so, but maybe another day. We're here like 4 days, so. You think that we're here 4 days, so. Yeah, look at that, Bugs Bunny. They must get an early start in this place, because I was up at 6:30 and there was nobody out at 6:30. And then once I got on the beach at 7, it's like people materialized out in air. Look, another one. Boy, don't want to be in that during the afternoon. Well, I'm kind of excited to be here for Spring Festival. You know, the one thing that this country, because China is so homogenous, they share these holidays throughout the whole country, and even though the United States has the 4th of July and certain other holidays, you ask certain Americans what 4th of July is, and most of them don't even know. Whereas if you ask the Chinese what Spring Festival is about, you know, these customs are ancient. But they can tell these stories about how all these, well, I don't even know the stories well enough to tell them. But to be honest with you, they're kind of boring. It's like, when the moon came down to Earth and formed a woman. It's like, okay. Oh, the water. It's been crashing up here earlier. This comes out with the tide. Guy's getting his gambling ready for the day. Different view. When I'm on a beach like this, I think of those videos when that tsunami came in down in Indonesia. Let's go up here and take a look on the street level. Might walk back along the street. Just get an idea for the flavor of the community. Sunny. Well, that's how that guy gets his exercise, I guess. We're on a big whip around. Well, I went past the 4 points and decided not to make the trek to the end of the island over there, or the tip, not the end, but probably wraps around, obviously. So at night, all these lanterns are on, represent the Chinese New Year. And this is the second camper I've seen. The police were giving somebody a hard time on the last one because it extended beyond the parking area. And you ask the Chinese, you know, do you want to camp? And they're like, why would we want to camp? Because it's not so long ago when, in essence, they were camping, you know, their homes. And in fact, a lot of places around China, you know, they literally have dirt floors. So it's kind of like camping. I decided to walk back on the street so I get an overview of this area should we need to know it, but, well, decided to take this trail off the, and just finish this, so some sort of biking, running, walking path. See, the traffic is already very heavy. I was getting a headache walking along the street with all that noise. All they do is honk their horns. And the exhaust is something else. Yeah, this trip to China, the air quality is noticeably worse. The first time I came here in 2007 with my dad was right before the Beijing Olympics. And you could see a real greenery program going on, a real concerted effort where they were planting lots of trees in an attempt to get it to clean up the air so they wouldn't be embarrassed when the cameras were rolling during the Olympics. But in Hangzhou yesterday, man, oh man, it wasn't just a foggy day, it was, I mean, you could feel it in your lungs when you were breathing it in. You felt like solid particles. And I hear Shenzhen is having the same problem this year. And from what everybody's telling me who lives here, it's been a problem everywhere all year, not just in Beijing. Yeah, you can rent a jet ski. I think it was like 170 yuan for 20 minutes. Which is about $30, a little bit less.